Well, how y'all doing there, you acolytes of Slackass and Pop Robson and Phase 52 and Joanne Evans there and Luke S. and all the rest of you crazy nasalites. So, I think today we really got one that's going to bury the hatchet for the rest of the week. I certainly do, because, see, right down here, I want you to see something, okay? You see what that reads down there? It says, the astronauts are in the ship, yet the flag moves 8 times. So that's not 1 time, it's not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4, not 5. Heck, I don't have all the day to sit here and count all the times a cotton-picking flag is going to start waving all by itself. Whoa, see, I gave the clue away, didn't I? Their flag's gonna move all by itself. You watch this one, because no one except this here dude has ever found this one. And it's gonna put a nail right into your coffin, isn't it there, Bertie Slacks, huh? Oh, is it? Sure certainly is. And it's gonna take care of Matt Kent, and it's gonna take care of that Luke S, and it's gonna take care of that Zero the Faceless, and it's gonna take care of Faceless the Zero. Oh, it certainly is. So I want you to pay attention now and watch what happens to the flag, okay? It's on the right-hand side of your screen. So pay attention now, because it's gonna sneak up on you, okay there? Okay, let's roll the doomsday clip, please. Wait a minute, I forgot to mention that crazy carrot-toting, nasolytic, numbskull, buck-toothed, varmint, rabbit, and slackasser. Okay, now we can roll the film. Roll it.
This is Apollo 14. The astronauts have just completed their second excursion on the moon during EVA-2, and they have gone back into the ship, and they are preparing now to jettison what they will not be taking with them back to the moon. And in the upper right-hand corner of your picture, you are going to see the flag move 8 times. A total of 8 times. It will move into the picture 4 times, then it will move out of the picture 4 times. Something is clearly blowing it, and the astronauts are in the ship preparing to jettison. Now here it is on the right side. You see it comes in. That's the first time it moves. Just watch it. It's just blowing there to the left, and then it's going to blow back to the right, and that'll be the second instance. There you go. It blew back to the right. Have you seen that before? I don't think so. I don't think you've seen that before.
Okay, Antares, could you verify suit relief and auto, please?
Recall that we are in a vacuum, and there is virtually no air pressure capable of making wind. So, what is happening here? There it is again. Quite spectacular if you haven't seen it before. It's just blowing in the breeze. And there is no possible scientific explanation that fits this scenario with the astronauts in the ship. This is a clear smoking gun, folks. Clear smoking gun.
Okay, this figure relief is now in auto. Okay, thank you, Al.
So this is a sustained blow here to the left. It's still there. It's still blowing in the breeze. And it will now blow back to the right. And we've been told by NASA and their defenders that anytime you seem to see the flag moving, that in reality, it's only moving because the astronauts are touching it and maneuvering it. And the only other time that NASA has stated the flag moved is when the rockets fired during the ascent from the moon, and the jet blast comes back and ricochets off the descent stage, which remains on the moon, and causes a wind blast that makes the debris scatter and the flag move. It's important for you to see this in its entirety without me editing it. So we're just going to be quiet here for a minute or two until the last few flag waves happen on the right, and then we will move on. Enjoy the music and pay attention. There it goes. There's number 5. It will blow back. That's number 6. And here comes number 7. And there goes number 8. Okay, that's 8 times.
All right, Slackass and your acolytes and their crazy little Easter bunny, huh? How are you going to explain this one away, huh? Okay, now in this scene here, the flag's there, right? You agree with that? Oh, now wait till you see the next scene, because you know I'm going to guess what's going to happen, huh? Oh, it's going to be gone, and I'm going to prove it to you too there, okay? There you, all you acolytes of Slackass and all you acolytes of that crazy cotton-picking, buck-toothed, carrot-toting varmint of his. Okay there? All right, so let's just make sure the flag's there first, okay? It's there, it's right there, over there, okay? Now, guess what happens when I go? It's gonna go vanishing, okay there? So let's go to the next picture and have a look at this flag. It's gonna be gone, right there. Well, now that I'm over on the other side of this picture here, oh, guess what happens here, Slackass and Pop Robson? The flag's gone! Ooh, it's all gone. Now, how did that flag disappear? Whoa, there's a breeze of wind blowing around on that flag's chinny chin chin, huh? Oh, I don't think so, because there's no wind on the surface of this atmospherically void body, is there, Slackass? That goes for Pop Robson, that goes for Phase 52, that goes for Luke S, and that goes for Joanne Evans, and Zero the Faceless, and Faceless the Zero, and all of your acolytes, Slackass, because you're the demigod, and you're the backbone of this whole kit and caboodle, aren't you there, Slackass, huh? I think so, and that so goes for your crazy cotton-picking, carrot-toting Easter bunny, too, isn't that right, Slackass? Oh, I wonder how Pop Robson's gonna explain this one away, huh? Oh, you know what I think? I think that there's a dude, a stagehand over here, and he's twisting the flag back and forth, trying to make sure that it stays up. Oh, certainly does there, huh? Whoa, yeah, because the Lem, it only carried 2 people in there, so unless there's a monkey or some kind of animal running around over there hitting the flag, I don't think so, Slackass. Oh, I like to see the explanation you're gonna give for this one, because this here almost gonna have to get the coffin out, and so that to bury a whole lot of your crazy cotton-picking bullshit. Isn't that right, Slackass, huh? Oh, I think so. Oh, but since you guys love all these facts and figures and links and all that real stuff there, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you a little clip here to give you them facts and figures. All right there, Slackass and your crazy Easter bunny there, and Matt Kent and all the rest of you crazy nutcases. Okay there? So let's roll the next clip just to show it to you. All right there? Okay, roll the next clip, please.
Now you are looking at an official NASA.gov page, Earth's Moon FAQ. And the second question down concerns whether the moon landings were fake because the flag was seen to move. Quote, my friend said that the moon landing is fake because of the flag. When you put it on the surface, there is no wind, so how could the flag move? The person who answers the question is Stefan Edberg, astronomer, NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Who is Stefan Edberg? Well, we can see that he is a scientist at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory at NASA. We can also see that he was assigned to Galileo and Cassini and a number of other projects. He is well known in his field. He is admired. He has published many peer-reviewed papers and done interviews on behalf of NASA, and he even has a minor planet named after him in recognition of the work he has done with the space program. Quote, the only reason the flag moves is because the astronauts are setting it up. For a few seconds after they let it go, it swings a little bit, and then that dies out, and there is no more motion. The only wind on the moon came when the lunar module carrying the astronauts turned on its rocket engine and lifted off the surface to rendezvous with the command module orbiting the moon with the 3rd astronaut. The engine exhaust briefly creates wind as it is deflected sideways by the LM's descent stage, which stayed on the moon. After exiting downwards from the engine in the ascent stage, the exhaust went sideways until the ascent stage was high enough that the exhaust no longer impinged on the descent stage or surface. End quote. And then the final paragraph states, quote, I don't understand why some people think the landings on the moon were faked, end quote. Considering the fact that you just testified to us that the only wind created on the moon is when the rockets are firing, and this flag here is flapping in the breeze, perhaps if you looked at this evidence, Scientist Edberg, you might have the same questions as us.
Yes, Edberg, isn't that right, huh? Well, that's right. You have the same questions as us, and we have a lot of questions that haven't been answered, and that's just one of them. One of many questions, but this one here's the best one that I've ever found to date. Isn't that right, Slackass? So you can just take your crazy cotton-picking, nasolytic, numbskull, bunny rabbit, and all the rest of your acolytes and stuff it right in the rabbit's hole in the ground, and we're gonna come along with the cement truck, and we're gonna fill it right in with cement. That'll be the end of the whole cotton-picking lot of you crazy bullshit liars. Isn't that right, Slackass, huh? That goes for your acolytes, too. Oh, so I want to just show you a little bit more here too, Slackass, before we go, because you just love to have lots of evidence and lots of mathematics and bullshit like that. So, guess what? We're going to give it to you. Expat and I are going to give it to you in this next little clip coming right up.
Before taking a look at the pre-EVA flag movement, I want to return to the post-EVA flag movement and do a side-by-side comparison between the high-resolution video where you can see the flag moving and the ALSJ truncated version. Hosted at nasa.gov, they are definitely damage control.
Okay, Houston, trigger relief is now in auto. Okay, thank you.
9 days after AJV claimed that the flag had been blown, the ALSJ people made an official response to the Bad Astronomy Board. And here it is, quote, as one of the posters noted, the flag swings around the pole in response to cabin depression. It would be a very interesting exercise in fluid dynamics to estimate how long it would take expansion of the dumped gas to reach the flag and how much force it would impart. There are folks who know how to make such estimates, but I'm not one of them. End quote. That is complete bunk. The idea that the oxygen escaping during depressurization of the ship could somehow create a wind to move that flag back and forth 8 times or to move it at all is completely ridiculous. Furthermore, it contradicts what NASA scientist Stefan Edberg told us. This is because any amount of oxygen coming out of the depressurization nozzle or from the hatch when it was opened would suddenly rush into the vacuum with the particles going in every direction at once. So let's take a look at some scientific documents that prove this point. The first is an article from nasa.gov entitled, Is There an Atmosphere on the Moon? Looking at the top paragraph in the image, I quote, one of the critical differences between the atmospheres of Earth and the Moon is how atmospheric molecules move. Here in the dense atmosphere at the surface of Earth, the molecule's motion is dominated by collisions between the molecules. However, the Moon's atmosphere is so thin, atoms and molecules almost never collide.
So, atoms and molecules never collide on the moon because the atmosphere's too thin. Now, did you hear that, Slackass? Oh, that's coming from your own cotton-picking, stupid cotton-picking scientific newspapers there. Same dudes that tell you that peoples come from apes and all that bullshit. So, it looks like you've just had it. That's it. NASA just been put right in the coffin of shame, and you've been put in there along with it, Slackass, and so's all your acolytes. So who got the last laugh on you now, huh? Looks like we did. Oh, good God almighty. Finally. So I'd like to see how you and your acolytes and your crazy cotton-picking pet Easter bunny's gonna crawl out of this one, Slackass. Huh? Whoa, you're gonna need a whole cotton-picking hours video just to try to debunk this one, aren't you now? Okay, there, Slackass. And gleebin' globbin' globin' to you, 'cause you're finished. Goodbye.